This is the Oasis News Organization. Oh no. Today's report is all about St. Patrick's Day being celebrated across the globe. Everybody's green and Irish, and this is the first time I've been down at the Oasis around St. Patrick's Day, and things are a little bit different. Here's Wyona. She's the queen of the shindig this year. She's trying on different evening gowns. She looks all right in this one. Her face is a little messed up because she tried to dye her hair green. Instead, she dyed her face green. She chose this one because she likes shiny things, and that's plenty shiny. The old purple bear came up from the dump, and he was going to explain to me a few things about St. Patrick's Day around here. And the first thing is that they closed down the state highway between Pea Cox, and that's where they call it a caravan. And the requirements is that you can only drive a pickup or a flatbed truck. Now, it can be a semi-flatbed, but no matter what it is, it's got to have green on it. Seems a little early for those blood-sucking insects to start taking their withdrawals from me, but it's kind of warmed up. And anybody else really like to, you get that itch, and you don't care if it does start bleeding, you just want to scratch and scratch and scratch. And well, that's what I do, and then if it comes out worse than what that insect did, that's all right, because, man, I like to scratch. I know you've noticed this green haze around, so when I got up this morning, it was a lot heavier, and I took a little driving trigger, and it was so bad I ended up running over my damn toilet. Elmo likes to practice his blues licks in the morning for some reason. He really likes Elmore James, and he's practicing right there that's going to be the stage of the world headquarters of the Oasis News Organization, Entertainment and Rehab Center. This is the dump. Previous owner thrown a bunch of hot water heaters and tractor tires and refrigerators down there, and for some reason, the old purple bear, he's made himself a home there. The old purple bear, he needed a ride home, because if a bear comes up to your cabin and in the morning, they're hungry, and you need to either feed the bear or get out of the way. So I gave him half a dozen honey buns and a family-sized bag of my Twix. I like chocolate, and a couple of quarts of Gatorade, because you want your bear to be hydrated. And then I gave him a ride back down to the dump. This is just weird. I mean, even my cigarettes are green. When I exhale, green smoke comes out of me. I'm gonna make a note not to be down here next St. Patrick's Day. There's a big thunderstorm over Cox last night, and a couple of times each year, some old cowboy, he forgets that hole right there, which had some gasoline storage tanks in it, when it rains, it fills up, and some old cowboy, he's had a little too much to drink, or he thinks that his truck can float, and it is proven on a number of occasions, pickup trucks do not float. After my little ride on the trigger, when I ran into the toilet, went back to the cabin, and on my laptop there was a message that said, "Would you please come up to Strawberry Fields?" And I went, man, this is strange, but of course the whole day's been pretty strange. Well, naturally I hop in trigger and I go up to Strawberry Fields, and I see, you're not gonna believe this, I see a leprechaun, and this is what he's eating. He calls it leprechaun morning mush. Now, of course, he didn't want to be on camera, he's a leprechaun. But he didn't mind me sitting down there while he had his breakfast, and then he broke out these 2 jars of pickled pig's feet and pickled eggs, and I kind of, this is weird looking stuff, and he could tell that it wasn't, that I'd eat. And he said, well, when we come to Texas, we just have to have some of the state flavors. And I told him, I think you got that a little bit wrong. I asked him, well, how often do you come to Texas? And he said, well, naturally we come here for St. Patrick's Day, and then we come to the State Fair of Texas up there in Dallas in October because they have Irish Day. So, we naturally go there and make a little appearance. And you know what? I sure do like that funnel cake. And that's what he had for dessert, and he had enough for me, so I shared funnel cake with a leprechaun. Then he asked me if I'd do him a favor. I said, why, sure. I mean, you're a leprechaun. He said, would you get me a chair, a table, and a toilet? I said, well, sure, I'll do that. And so I headed back up to RLB to the cabin to get those things. And I also thought, well, I didn't see a tent around there, so I've got an extra tent here. I'll take that down to him, too. Well, I got back with what he asked for, and he said, thank you. And I said, how come you need that toilet? He said, well, my butt gets splinters after I hang it over the tree stump, so it's nice to have a toilet seat. I said, yeah, I can understand that. And he said, thank you for the tent, but I prefer my leprechaun shack. I said, what leprechaun shack? He pointed over to the left about 20 feet, and sure enough, he had taken a couple of old interior doors that I had and some other lumber, and he made himself a little shack there, and you can see how short it is because, leprechauns are short. He excused himself. He said that he needed to go do his assigned leprechaun duties in Pea Cox County. I said, all right, I'll see you later. And then got to be nighttime, and I noticed a fire up there in Strawberry Fields, so I went up there to see what was going on. I told y'all that leprechauns are short, and what we got here, right there in the middle, dressed up like a penguin, because he wanted to be in disguise, because nobody can see a leprechaun, that's why I'm special. But he was sitting there, and he was having himself a drink. Well, I saw that bottle he was drinking out of, that Texas bourbon whiskey. I said, now wait a minute here. You're from Ireland, I thought you'd be drinking Irish whiskey. He said, no. I'm sick and tired of that stuff. I like this bourbon y'all got. Now, you may not believe this tall Texas tale I told you from the Oasis here in Pea Cox County, but I'm here to tell you if you've got some off-grid land and you're out there all by your lonesome and you see something strange happening, it could be a leprechaun, it could be Bigfoot, it could be a ghost, it could be an angel. But for me, in 2019, around St. Patrick's Day, leprechauns won't take photos. But this isn't a real picture of him because I spent the day with a cute little leprechaun. Remember, O-Nos, world peace begins at home. Ah, damn it. I forgot to ask him about the pot of gold. I guess I won't get that chance again.